back, Russian President Vladimir Putin has praised Prime Minister Narendra Modi, saying attempts by the United States to pressurize him were unsuccessful. There, all praise coming in from Russian President. Putin also has said that Prime Minister Narendra Modi does not bow to external pressure and takes decisions solely in the interest of Indian people. In fact, I'm being joined by Patikrit Pine on the broadcast here. Thank you so much for joining us on Times Now. A big affirmation, a big compliment coming there from Russian President Vladimir Putin, where he is all hail for Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Your first reaction?
So if you look at from the time of the COVID situation, how the manner in which India dealt with the COVID situation without, get succumbing to the threats or warnings or pressures of imports of vaccines from other countries, the manner in which they dealt with the economy, the manner in which during the Russia-Ukraine war, in spite of all the pressure from the West, India, kept on buying oil from Russia because it suited Indian economy. Even a decimal increase in the inflation would have costed India massively. If you look at it, what happened after that, after Operation Sindhu, the kind of, statements that came from the United States, the kind of pressure that were put on us by imposition of additional tariff because we were doing business with Russia. In all these aspects, what you see is this: India has been very nuanced, measured, and stoic in its approach. It did not want to antagonize anybody. I mean, we did not go and antagonize the Americans. We tried to maintain good relations with the Americans, but not at the cost of anyone else's relation with us. And that is the whole concept of dehyphenation and strategic autonomy that actually become a template for many other countries, especially those of Global South, that we have told the world that it's important to come out of the binary, that either we are with them or against them. This approach is something that India has kept aside, and that's what Prime Minister Modi has been praised by President Putin, because India has done in the last 5-6 years what is in the core Indian interest of India without harming anybody else's interest. We were not getting into a conflict where we are supporting Russia at the cost of Americans, and neither we did vice versa. We only did whatever was good for us, and whatever we only advocated for peace. If you look at it, time and again, India advocated for peace and dialogue between Russia and Ukraine, and same in case of the conflict in the Middle East. So I think India believes in Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, believes in, this is not an era of war, and as the Prime Minister of India, Prime Minister Modi did everything that was important to make Indian economy more resilient. And I think that's what President Putin has appreciated India about.
Right, Patikrit, very rightly put and very nicely put there, because, all the global praise after Trump multiple times, their Russian President Vladimir Putin, all praise for Prime Minister Narendra Modi because of India, because of the stand which he took for the Indian interest. Moving on, viewers.